just some more volume and area coming at us. Today we're looking at multiple shapes. So when you put two things together with different volumes, how do you figure that out? That's what we're going to talk about. And so I have a shape right here. And we don't have everything we need, or do we? Right? So if we look at this shape, there's a couple ways that we can do this and figure this out. One of the ways is we can start assuming things that if this is 3, this is 3, and this is 14, this is 14, and we can figure out the size of one and figure out the size of other, or we can start looking at what makes logical sense. So if this side is 5 and this is 5, together they make 10. And 10 times 3 is 30, and 30 times 14, right? 30 times 14 is 0, and 3 is 420. And remember, volume is cubed. So we can use what we know and combine those two things, the sides, in this case the height of our shape, and we can look at it as one whole thing. And why does that work? Well, let me show you. So let's just get rid of that. Let me just show you on a basic shape. So if I take this cube, right, and we'll just say this is 1 cubic inch, and I take this cube completely separate, right, and add them together, what's the volume of the two? Each of those are a cubic inch. Together, right, here's 1 inch cubed, and this is 1 inch cubed. And together, if I put them together, right, we would see this as 2 inches cubed, right? And so the volume of this would be 2 inches cubed. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that the sides are all 2, but it does mean that if this is an inch, and this is an inch, this is an inch, and the height is also an inch, these create the length, which is 2 inches, and this is 2 by 1 by 1, which is 2 inches cubed, and we got that by putting them together. So volume can be combined. So we'll try another one, and I'll just draw this really quick. Here's a cube, and here's 2 cubes, and we're gonna call this each of these. Now these, let's make this 2, and let's make it a little nicer. We're gonna call it each of these being let's just say 2 centimeters, 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter, right? So 2 by 1 by 1 we know is 2 centimeters cubed, and if we combine them together just by counting the cubes, we know that the volume of both of them together would be 4 centimeters cubed. So we can combine volume. That's what I want to get at. And so if you take a problem like this, and we can start to see that this plus this, I want the volume of the total shapes. When we get different shapes, this technique also works. So here we have a shape. It's we have 2 shapes, and we can combine them. This works the same way. We can take the volume of both of these, even though they're 2 different size shapes, and combine them, knowing that they're going to be about the same. And here's how this is going to work. Now, this isn't a perfect representation. This should actually, here, I'll do it like this, stretch right here. So we'll just call that there. I'm just going to fix that. But basically, if we find both of the volumes, we add them together, we will get the volume of the total shape. So here we have 6 and 4. 6 and 4 is 24. And 24 inches times 15, right? 4 times 5 is 20. Carry the 2. 5 times 2, that's 10. Plus 2 more is 12. 4 and 2, 0, 6, and 3. So the bottom shape is 360 inches. Remember, volume is cubed always. But what is the top? Well, we can make the assumption that this is the same size as this is the same size as this is the same size, which if this is 4 inches, what is this? 4 inches. 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 And so on and so forth. But we only need that one knowledge, that one piece of knowledge to figure out that this is 4 and to find the base, which if this is 7, then this is also 7. 4 times 7 is what? 28. And 28 times 3, which is our last side, remember volume equals length times width times height. And if we have two sets of volumes, then we can find the volume of both. We'll call this the second volume. We'll just say, we'll just label it as the circle volume. So we have volume 1, volume 2, length, width, and height. And if we add both of those, V plus V circle, right, volume 2, we would get the total volume. And so when we add these two together and we finish this, 28 times 3, 8 times 3 is 24. Carry the 2, 3 times 6, 84. So this is 84 inches cubed. In order to determine the total volume, we simply add the 284 plus 360. And remember, it's going to be in inches cubed. And so when we do that, we would get, I'm hoping that you're trying this as well, we would get 444, right? 444, yep, that's right. So it's 444 total volume. So the total volume is both of these combined. We add them together, right? So that makes sense. Good job.